here. The challenge battle for a new champion premieres Wednesday, October 25th.
Watch on MTV.
To get rich, you just gotta...
Get out, get out, get out, get out!
Can they do it?
Get out of the cage!
New Raid the Cage, Friday at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
Check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, Amera guards it.
The CBS 47 studio is sponsored by Epic Nights at Table Mountain Casino Resort. This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
A developing story and arrest is made in the illegal medical lab case in Reedley. Our station has been investigating this story for months.
That has captured the attention of the entire country. 62-year-old Kgpe Zhu from China was arrested on several federal charges, including manufacturing and distributing medical devices and lying to the Food and Drug Administration. Tonight, Reedley's city manager says it was the lab operator's own greed that led to his arrest. CBS 47's Medeiros Babb investigates.
The DOJ says that Zhu had several aliases, including David He. Now, earlier this week, the lab filed an $80 million claim against Reedley and the county of Fresno for destruction of lab property. Reedley city officials used that claim to lure him back to the lab, and ultimately, he was arrested.
We didn't know where he was. And frankly, the claim that they levied against the city that we received Monday gave us an opportunity to lure him out of the shadows, so to speak, and come back to Reedley. So in fact, this morning, 11 a.m., I shook his hand and I called him David for the very last time.
A full circle moment outside of the closed Reedley lab when Code Enforcement Officer Jesslyn Harper and City Manager Nicole Ziba witnessed 62-year-old Kgpe Zhu arrested on federal charges. It's the same warehouse Harper noticed a water hose coming out of last December, eventually leading to the discovery of 1,000 bioengineered mice, infectious diseases, and hazardous chemicals.
It's a mix of emotions, but the main one is I'm just so relieved for Reedley. I'm so relieved for this country because this is somebody who needed to be taken into custody.
According to the federal complaint, Zhu has a checkered past. Not only did he try to come over to the U.S. from China 7 times in the early 2000s, they also say he used several aliases, including a spider web of shell companies to hide his business dealings. The filing says back in 2016, he operated a company in Canada that was sued for $300 million over, quote, misappropriating technology over bull semen. An Epic Times report says that Zhu was sentenced to 6 months in jail, but says he left Canada. Somehow, the federal complaint says Zhu was able to get a United States citizen and immigration services card under a new name, David He, and opened a cattle reproduction lab in Tulare in 2015. In 2018, the company moved to Fresno. After a landlord dispute in 2022, the company temporarily moved to Reedley with the hope of moving back to Fresno in 2023. That never happened because the lab was discovered. With the help of Congressman Jim Costa, federal, state, and local agencies finally shut the lab down after several months.
Well, there are lessons to be learned here for sure. And that's why we are making the level of investigations that are currently taking place at the federal level. And to determine how we move forward.
Thousands of tests, including COVID and pregnancy tests, were found in the lab. Some of those tests were shipped to the lab in Reedley from China, according to the complaint. However, the complaint states that despite some media reports, there was no evidence that bioweapons were being manufactured in the lab. The scheduled court date tomorrow in Fresno, but the court reporter says he will not be present in court. Reporting in the studio, Medeiros Babb, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
You can read more about the arrest as we continue to track the very latest on this story on our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
We're closing out a hot day across the valley with temperatures in the 90s today. Foothills, same thing. We do have one more day just like this tomorrow, and then this weekend we'll finally feel some relief. Let's give you a look outside with our Table Mountain Sky Valley Cam Network. This will be a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera showing you the sunshine that we had all day long, and we are still clear now. Same thing tomorrow, but this weekend we'll start to see a couple of clouds. 71 in Fresno right now, 67 Visalia, 65 for those of you in Madera. Tomorrow morning will be at 65 at 6 a.m., noon temperature 84, and then low 90s again tomorrow afternoon. I'll talk about this weekend's big cool down and your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. First, we'll send it back to Catherine and Brian.
Well, tonight, President Biden addressed the American people from the Oval Office. It comes just a day after his wartime visit to Israel. Tina Kraus reports from Tel Aviv.
President Biden delivered a rare primetime Oval Office address focusing on the wars in Israel and Ukraine.
The assault on Israel echoes nearly 20 months of war, tragedy, and brutality inflicted on the people of Ukraine. Making sure Israel and Ukraine succeed is vital for America's national security.
As the president prepares to ask Congress for billions of dollars in military assistance for both countries, he stressed the need to keep money flowing to the U.S. allies. The president's plea comes the day after his 7-hour visit to Israel.
In Israel, I saw people who are strong, determined, resilient, and also angry, in shock and in deep, deep pain.
In Tel Aviv Thursday, sirens wailed, warning again of incoming rockets from Gaza. The fate of more than 200 hostages forced into Gaza during Hamas's October 7th attack remains uncertain. 30 children are among those kidnapped.
As I told the families of Americans being held captive by Hamas, we're pursuing every avenue to bring their loved ones home.
Inside Gaza, water, food, fuel, and medicine are running dangerously low, with the coastal enclave cut off from deliveries.
I'm calling for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. For nearly 2 weeks.
On Egypt's side of the border, trucks carrying aid to civilians could start to move soon after the U.S. helped broker a deal to allow 20 trucks to cross into Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rallied forces ahead of an expected ground invasion, telling troops, "We're going to win with full force. Are you ready?"
Yeah!
Yes, they shouted back. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom is on his way to Israel. He posted on the news on social media, saying he's meeting with people impacted by the attacks and offering the state support. After his day in Israel tomorrow, Newsom will continue on to China, where he will spend about a week meeting key national and business partners to advance climate action, promote economic development, and encourage cultural exchange between the countries.
And Catherine, we have continuing coverage here tonight. A search for a suspect continues after 2 people were shot outside the Pavarello house downtown Fresno this afternoon. The shooting happened around 3. Police say both victims are homeless men in their 30s. They're both rushed to a hospital. No word on their condition tonight. Officers say the suspect was seen running from the scene after the shooting. A 12-year-old boy in the 6th grade is in police custody tonight, accused of shooting a 15-year-old boy several times near a Fresno elementary school. The shooting happened just before 8 o'clock this morning before school. Greenberg Elementary School is where the shooting happened, just nearby, which is near Lane and Willow Avenues, and was placed under lockdown. CBS 47's Ben Morris talked with the young suspect's mom.
I'm disappointed in him because I've had a lot of talks with my son, and to know that you were a part of this just lets me know that everything I said went in one ear and out the other, and you honestly made a choice that you cannot come back from.
Fresno police received a ShotSpotter activation of 11 shots fired near Greenberg Elementary, which was placed on lockdown. They say the suspected shooter, who may be a 6th grader at Greenberg, ran toward the school. A teacher spotted him jumping over a fence, bringing a gun onto school grounds.
Immediately told the principal what she had seen, and then the principal immediately detained the juvenile before he made it any further onto the school campus.
The 12-year-old was arrested, and police found a 15-year-old shot multiple times in his left leg. He is in stable condition.
It's too early to tell any motive or what happened, but we do believe it was a targeted incident.
The juvenile's mother tells me she's heartbroken and never expected anything like this to happen.
I'm scared. I haven't been able to talk to him. I seen him in the back of the police car, but they wouldn't allow me to talk to him because he's under arrest. I wanted to be there because he's only 12, and he's never been in trouble with the law before.
Police say things could have been different if not for the quick action of the principal.
We are definitely very, very fortunate that nobody else was injured. We are very thankful again for the quick actions of the principal and the teacher. Not only are they here obviously to teach our students, but to keep them safe as well.
Ben Morris, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony today in Fresno for a cottage community run by Next Door Ministries. This is in the Lowell neighborhood at Glen and McKenzie Avenues. It's providing transition housing and sober living for men. They have 22 beds and say 16 are already filled. The goal is to help ease the residents back into society with jobs and life skills.
Many of these men have come from pretty challenged backgrounds that a lot of us wouldn't quite relate to here. It can be incarceration, it could be rehab, it could be drug dependencies at all levels here. And then we take them when they've recovered from that and and again, you're never done with the addiction, but you're starting the life process.
They get 12 to 18 months of help to make their transition. It includes life plans like Bible studies and job dynamics. Well, this is new at 11. The city of Fresno is boosting its bus fleet.
Yeah, the mayor, Jerry Dyer, saying that the Fresno Area Express is adding, listen to this, up to 22 hydrogen fuel cell electric buses, all part of a push towards zero emission goals. Funding for the upgrade comes from the U.S. Department of Energy. The city is receiving more than $24 million. All of the new buses are expected to be on the streets by the year 2031. The first will be arriving late next year.
House Republicans remain at odds over who should be the next Speaker of the House. They met behind closed doors for more than 3 hours on Thursday to try to figure out what to do about the vacant Speaker of the House chair and emerged in the same place as they began.
I'm still running for Speaker, and I plan to go to the floor and get the votes and win this race.
Republican colleagues are at odds over a plan to temporarily empower Speaker Pro Tem Patrick Henry to preside over the House.
We made the pitch to members on the resolution as a way to lower the temperature and get back to work. We decided that wasn't where we're going to go.
Jordan is the only candidate in the race right now, and he doesn't appear to be close to getting the 217 votes needed to win. A third round of balloting will be held on the House floor tomorrow.
Newly appointed California Senator LaFonza Butler will not run for a full term of office. Butler was named by Governor Gavin Newsom, as you know, to complete the remaining term of the late Dianne Feinstein. In a statement today, she says she made the decision after considering, quote, what kind of life I want to have, what kind of service I want to offer, and what kind of voice I want to bring forward. She goes on to the statement to say, knowing that you can win a campaign doesn't always mean that you should run a campaign. It may not be the decision that people expected, but is the right one for me.
Well, new at 11, the San Joaquin College of Law will be hosting a career day tomorrow in Clovis. Over 15 law firms will be there seeking to fill employment opportunities for attorneys and internships for students. Now, if you would like to attend the event, it's from 9 in the morning tomorrow to noon tomorrow. The San Joaquin College of Law is located on 5th Street in Clovis. It's just east of the Veterans Parkway.
Still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11, our first look inside the Chinese consulate in San Francisco, moments after a car crash and a deadly police shooting.
Plus, the waiting game continues for the winner of the $1 billion Powerball jackpot to finally emerge.
And it was brought all the way from Japan to Southern California. You have a chance to stroll through history in a 320-year-old house. We'll see you right back here in about 60 seconds.
The Valley cities are always growing, always changing. I'm going to find out what challenges these communities face and what's promising on the horizon. Watch Meeting with the Mayors Thursdays live on Eyewitness News, sponsored by Atlantis Private Investigations. Do you know what your child is doing online? We know protecting children is a priority, so we've joined forces with these organizations to bring you the CBS 47 Cyber Safe Parent Program. Visit our website, yourcentralvalley.com, under education, and talk to your children about internet safety.
Welcome, welcome. Meet Lisa and Keith. Don't let the wide smile fool you. They're miserable. They work, they have kids, they escape. Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Hey, the kids are texting.
Enjoy the sweet life before all the fun downstairs. What's your location? I'm taking towels to 111, or maybe they'll just stay in. An epic night of pampering.
Hey, don't you work here?
Hey, we all need a break. Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Hey, everybody. Tonight at The Late Show, I'm joined by Jennifer Gardner and a dozen adorable puppies. Her rider is very specific.
Tonight on CBS.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Valley-Wide Pest Control. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11 with Catherine Hurd, Brian Dorman, and pinpoint weather with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, we are getting a look at video from inside the Chinese consulate in San Francisco shortly after a crash.
Yeah, earlier this month, a man deliberately drove into the lobby of the building. We're learning today that the driver was armed, police say, with a knife and crossbow, and he was shot by an officer at the scene. New body cam video released just hours ago shows the moment leading up to the shooting.
What, you got a gun?
The suspect later died at the hospital. Police say he was 31 years old from San Francisco. So far, they have not released a motive. Today was the Great Shakeout drill to raise awareness about earthquake preparedness.
Yeah, but for some people, the drill was like an early morning wake-up alarm. It was set for 10:19 this morning, but people who have the MyShake app on their phones got a drill alert at 3 in the morning, 7 hours early. Some people were awakened by a recorded voice saying this is a test. It happened because the warning was set for 10:19 Greenwich Mean Time instead of Pacific Time. The people who run the app are apologizing for the mistake and for the early wake-up alert.
The wait continues in Kern County. It has been 1 week now, and the winner of the $1 billion Powerball jackpot is still a mystery tonight. The winning ticket, we know, was purchased at a liquor store in Fraser Park. While we still don't know who won the ticket, we eventually will. That's because, as you know, California has a disclosures law that means that the winning ticket holder must come forward, and then we will find out the person's name.
In Southern California, a special piece of Japanese history is now on display at the Huntington Library. A 320-year-old house is part of a new exhibit showcasing village life during Japan's Edo period. Visitors will be able to explore the home with its traditional furnishings. The new installation was made possible by a California couple who offered their family home from Japan to the library back in 2016.
How incredible is that? Over 300 years old.
I know. I'd like to take a tour.
Is it haunted?
I don't think so. I think it's well maintained.
It is that time of year, and a scary good time, too, can be found while also getting your car cleaned.
If you want a good scare, leave your doors unlocked.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe this place is haunted. It is for sure looks like it. It is a haunted wash in Northwest Fresno, and it is returning. We'll talk about it right after your pinpoint weather forecast.
And right now I do have your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Top pollens, elm and juniper, low medium levels tomorrow, up to medium this weekend, then down to low on Monday. A hot day for us today. We have one more just like it tomorrow, and then we have a big weekend cool down on the way. I'll talk about it in your pinpoint weather forecast next.
I just got put on scholarship right now. My dad doesn't have to pay for school and stuff anymore.
We create championship experiences for student athletes through community donations. Contributions to the Bulldog Foundation help students succeed. Get involved. Donate today.
This weekend is your opportunity to save big at More Furniture. Get the looks you love, and we'll subtract the sales tax and deliver your furniture for free. You'll also get interest-free financing until 2025. Our newest fall arrivals are all in stock, so there's still time to get your home ready for holiday guests and entertaining. Visit morefurniture.com for details.
There's a story about President Kennedy visiting NASA and asking a janitor, "What do you do here?" And he replied, "I'm helping put a man on the moon." At Kgpe Health, we hold that same belief that all our employees have purpose and are necessary to achieve our mission.
Mommy, what do you do at work? I help save life, Mija.
Kgpe Health, more than medicine, life.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. More current eligible GMC owners get $8,000 total value on 2023 2.7-liter turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty elevation models.
Celebrate America and agriculture on My Ag Night, November 2nd.
Hey, it's Jesse Waters from Fox News Channel. I hope to see you at My Ag Night on November 2nd. It's going to be a night you will not want to miss.
The ag community comes together to celebrate and inspire Central California's #1 industry. Tickets are on sale now. Go online to myaglife.com. My Ag Night with Jesse Waters, a JCS Ag Marketing production.
Join the 5th Annual Combat Veterans Motorcycle Run, Saturday, November 4th.
Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. And we had quite the hot day considering it's fall. Well above average temperatures all across the valley and in the foothills. We had some 90s. 91 for the high in Fresno today. 77 is where we typically are this time of the year. And check out the record high, 92, very close to that. As we go through tomorrow, we're still going to be feeling the heat. I'll show you that in just a moment. Right now, 71 Fresno. We have 70 if you are in Porterville, 73 in Los Banos. Otherwise, temperatures in the valley dropping through the 60s, still holding on to the low 70s though if you are in Mariposa. Here's what we're looking at tomorrow. Fresno, your forecast high 92 degrees. You'll stay below your record high of 94. Madera though 93 tomorrow afternoon. Your forecast high several degrees above your current record of 90. Merced 90 tomorrow afternoon. You'll stay below your record high. And then if you're in Hanford 94, so you have a forecast high that will tie your current record. So certainly a couple of spots to watch tomorrow in terms of record highs. Last 12 hours radar satellite loop sunshine today. We're clear right now. Same thing tomorrow. Heading into the weekend though, we are going to notice a couple of changes in terms of cloud cover, but the big change that you'll notice this weekend will be the cool down. So let's talk about the next 2 days. Forecast starts at 11 o'clock this evening. We're going to stay mainly clear tonight. Here's 7 a.m. tomorrow. Do expect 50s and low 60s as we start out the day tomorrow. Moving through the afternoon hours, lots of sunshine. And again, watching the temperature. That's going to be your main story tomorrow, all that heat. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Mostly clear throughout tomorrow night. Here's 7 a.m. Saturday. I expect to start the weekend with a couple of passing clouds. Overall, it's going to be mostly sunny, but you'll notice a big cool down. In fact, we'll lose over 10 degrees between our Friday afternoon high and our Saturday afternoon high. Let's talk about some of our numbers tonight. Down to 64 degrees in Fresno, but many of you will drop to the 50s. We have 59 on the way, Visalia, 58 Tulare. Same goes for Merced. Oakhurst down to 58 tonight. Your high temperatures tomorrow, again, similar to today. Many of you in the low 90s. 92 in Fresno. Porterville, 93 tomorrow, along with Coalinga. Mendota, 92. Merced right at 90. Mariposa and Oakhurst, you both have another 90-degree day on the way tomorrow. Heading to the mountains, Yosemite Valley, mid-80s tomorrow afternoon. In Shaver Lake, you'll fall to 52 tonight. Expect 78 tomorrow. Grant Grove at 75, and then Sequoia National Park also at 75. Air quality forecast, moderate category. Merced, Madera counties, Sequoia National Park, Fresno, Kings, Tulare counties, though, will be unhealthy for sensitive groups. Here's our extended forecast. 92 tomorrow. Saturday, we drop all the way back to 81. Down again Sunday, 75 with a breeze. Down again Monday to 73. Tuesday and Wednesday, we warm a little bit up to 77, and then we drop back to the mid-70s again for your Thursday. In the Sierra, 70s tomorrow, 60s Saturday, 50s Sunday. Slight chance for a shower that day. Low 50s for your Monday. We'll spend Tuesday and Wednesday right at 60 before dropping down to the 50s again for your Thursday. So we're certainly going to feel some very big changes over the next couple of days. In fact, tomorrow with this heat, this may very well be our last 90-degree day of the year.
Don't say that.
But you know, 80 Saturday, still warm, still comfortable.
Yeah, there's always Palm Springs. You're okay.
Not too far of a drive.
Yeah, it's always hot there.
Always.
Lauren.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Well, Fresno's Haunted Car Wash is returning for its 4th year. Crew Magic Car Wash on Herndon and Ingram says the event will give you chills as you watch your car get cleaned in the most eerie and entertaining way possible, with ghoulish decorations and creepy music to help set the scene.
It's just a thrill and it's exciting. It's exciting to see my employees excited for this every single year, to be able to see the impact that they make, making a smile or even a scare.
Now, the Haunted Car Rush begins tomorrow. It runs through the 30th. You can get in on the fun from 6 to 11 on Friday and Saturday, and from 6 to 9:30 Sunday through Thursday. Tickets are $20. Who says we take the CBS 47 car through the...
It could use it.
We could.
Who's going to do it, though?
I'll drive it.
That's all you.
That's scary, though. I mean, that's
creepy.
Like, yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll take it through.
Couldn't pay me enough to be Michael Myers, though, and get wet all day.
The door.
Right?
Oh, I didn't think about that. They're in costumes and washing cars. Oh, boy.
Or was it a costume? All right. Coming up in sports, Derek Carr puts up the yards, but not the victory for the Saints tonight. Andrew Martin is next in Sports Central.
When Carl
Carl's Jr. plays with fire and charbroiled beef, things get pepper jack hot, Southwest smoky, and a little spicy. That's a lot of flavor. The Char Chili Combo with fries and a drink for just $7.99.
Yeah! Serena, call my insurance company.
Contact Kgpe and Myers. The call is easy, the consultation is free, and they don't take any money unless they win your case.
Call Kgpe and Myers.
Kgpe and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
To stop a stroke, learn the warning signs. Be fast. Balance, loss of balance, headache and dizziness. Eyes, blurred vision. Face, one side of the face is drooping. Arms, arm or leg weakness. Speech, speech difficulty. Time to call an ambulance immediately. Be fast when you notice any signs of a stroke. It can save a life. Brought to you by Community Medical Centers, offering 24/7 access to a skilled team of stroke experts in the Valley's only Level 1 trauma center.
Stop right there. This week, the Denny's Super Slam is only $9.99. Hungry for all your breakfast favorites? When you want America's biggest breakfast for only $9.99 at Denny's,
It's diner time.
now open really late.
You are meant to live among 2,100 acres of open space design, surrounded by protected habitats. You are meant to live here. The Preserve at Millerton Lake. Welcome to Harmony.
Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, presented by Table Mountain Sky.
When Carl's Jr. plays with fire and charbroiled beef, things get pepper jack hot, Southwest smoky, and a little spicy. That's a lot of flavor. The Char Chili Combo with fries and a drink for just $7.99.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
Swelling, cramping, and redness in your legs can be signs of circulatory issues. See your doctor and keep moving to keep your blood flowing.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
California is a mix of cultures and backgrounds, all moving in sync. Explore our diversity in a reliable, safe, fuel-efficient Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Derek Carr is banged up, but it's not like he's the only one in the NFL to have some bumps and bruises. Entering Week 7, Carr was questionable for Thursday Night Football, dealing with shoulder and chest injuries and a groin injury in this game. He played against the Jaguars, and for the second game in a row, he threw for more than 300 yards. This pass ended up in the hands of the other team, a pick-6 for Jacksonville, which led 24-9 after 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, the Saints come back. They tie the game on this 17-yard touchdown pass from Carr to Michael Thomas. Under 30 seconds left, New Orleans down 31-24. Carr's pass incomplete on 4th down from the 6. Jaguars win 31-24. The Saints are now 3-4 this season.
Whether it's going really good or it's tough, you still got to be able to, I say it before every game to the guys, we're not playing the scoreboard, we're playing against the standard. And our standard is this. If that's our standard, that's what we're playing against.
High school football tonight. Fresno State is on a bye this week, so offensive coordinator Pat McCann and linebackers coach Tim Skipper are out recruiting. They were in Clovis to watch Clovis West battle Central. 3-0 Golden Eagles in the 2nd quarter. Grizzlies with the ball and David Marquez with the touchdown. That makes it 7-3 Central. Grizzlies win 27-15. Pat McCann and Tim Skipper were at that game. We found John Baxter at this game. The Bulldogs special teams coach, watching Sanger against Bullard at McLean, and watching Marquise Cropper take the handoff and pick up some nice yards. Israel Robles would finish off the drive, an 8-yard touchdown. He had 209 rushing yards tonight. Apaches win 42-14. Sanger is now 8-1. Earlier today, it was announced that the Fresno State baseball team will be retiring 2 numbers next month, the numbers of Aaron Judge and Mike Batesel. Judge, of course, now plays for the Yankees. He was a first-round draft pick out of Fresno State back in 2013. Mike Batesel recently retired. He coached the Bulldogs for 20 seasons, and he won a national championship in 2008. Here's tonight's Bulldog Bite, brought to you by Toyota. So how long was this in the works?
It's been coming for a while now. Obviously, some stuff with scheduling and with what Aaron's doing and being on the East Coast, so this able to work out good with the football game and then do something here on Sunday will be really exciting.
You can read more about that right now at yourcentralvalley.com. And that's your look at sports. Brian and Kat, back to you.
Thank you, Andrew. Now, still to come on Eyewitness News at 11, a preview of the spooky fun your family can enjoy this weekend at the Fresno's Discovery Center.
At Central Floor Supply, we have the floors your home has been dreaming of. Our new showroom is filled with name brand, waterproof flooring, and luxurious carpet. Like our Mohawk Revwood Select with a lifetime all-pet warranty. Before you go to the big box stores, come check us out first. We have better selection, better quality, and much better prices. Save time, save money, and save the headache. For the best in flooring and real customer service, visit Central Floor Supply and see why so many people say,
"You gotta go CJ."
When you need style, selection, and all-day comfort, stop by the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. SAS shoes are for work and play, indoors and out. They fit any lifestyle, and you'll love the enhanced comfort, support, and stability in every step. SAS shoes come in slim to wide, and you'll receive a personalized fitting to ensure a perfect fit. Find style and comfort at the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. Life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes.
Come to Quality Furniture for our fall season sale going on right now. We have this beautiful bed available in queen or king size with a nice LED light on the headboard and mirror. Also comes with a dresser and nightstand, all for $42 a month. Dining table, all glass with a nice solid base. Comes with the matching 6 chairs, all for $29 a month. Custom set with a nice chase to lounge on. Comes with all the pillows with a nice high-density foam on the cushions. Get this set on sale for $37 a month in our 2 locations in Fresno and Visalia.
Did you know that most of the other lawyer ads you see are from law firms that aren't truly in Northern California? They may act local, but they're usually phoning it in from Los Angeles or beyond. How can you get personal attention if they're over 400 miles away? Call Berg Injury Lawyers, a Northern California original. For over 40 years, we've been helping people of this community, and we're here for you now. Get Berg, 1-800-400-BERG.
Sunday, a stunning News Nation exclusive.
I don't know what to believe even now.
Legendary UFO journalist George Knapp unlocks his archives to senior correspondent Brian Enton, revealing secrets he's hidden for decades. The underground government relationship that got him access to the nation's biggest mysteries.
The secret conversation that he and I had started that day. It lasted for the rest of his life.
And why the deepest revelations are yet to come. The George Knapp Files. Sunday only on News Nation.
Well, as Halloween gets closer, there's lots of fun and spooky events that are happening around the valley.
And one is this Saturday is the annual Tricks and Treats event happening at the Fresno Discovery Center. There'll be candy prizes, Halloween activities, local vendors, and more, and it is only $1 to get in.
We have lots of vendors, food trucks coming out, lots of Halloween activities, all kinds of fun stuff for the kids to do. Our sponsors are even giving out some costumes, candies, and prizes.
I will be there. How scary is that?
Very.
I'll be helping pass out some of those free costumes and candy. This is an event you'll want to be at. I hope to see you there. It runs again Saturday from 10 till 2 on Winery Avenue. Lots of fun things happening right now in the valley leading up to Halloween.
I know, and it feels like Halloween. Unfortunately, I wanted the summer to last forever. Lauren says it can't.
You know, yeah, we're going to see some changes as we go throughout the weekend. First, we're getting through tomorrow's 90-degree day. We'll be at 92. Saturday, we drop all the way back to 81. Down again Sunday, 75 with the breeze. Down again Monday, so we have a stretch of 70s ahead.
All right, that will do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11.
The Late Show's Stephen Colbert is up next. Have a great night.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Rally's Chicken Bites Box. These fries, so famous. Our scene, so chill. Now just $2.49.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota.
It's time to get out there behind the wheel of a reliable SUV or powerful truck. Take on the open road or take it off-road in a new Toyota. Right now, get low 3.99% APR on the dynamic RAV4 or spacious Highlander, or lease a RAV4 for as low as $379 a month.
Grab the keys, let's go.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Planning a get-together? Maybe a cupcake will help. Small cakes, larger than the average cupcake and the perfect complement to your next party, gathering, or event. Pre-order by phone or online. Celebrate with small cakes, baked fresh daily, next to Five Guys in River Park.
Latte to go, please.
How about a piece of fruit with that?
This too?
Keeping our patients healthy takes commitment. It takes dedication.
Remember to lift with your legs. Maybe you should stay home today.
But most of all, it takes a community primary care provider that takes into account every aspect of your health and well-being. Find your primary care provider at communityhealthpartners.org.
Brian, Catherine, and Lauren, weekdays starting at 4 p.m.
If you have a Ring doorbell camera, you could cash in. The company is offering $1 million to anyone who captures an image of a real alien on their Ring cam. Submissions will be reviewed by a meteorologist and an astrobiologist.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, RF Kgpe. Plus, Stephen welcomes Kerry Washington and Congressman Maxwell Frost. Featuring Louis Cato and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Thanks, everybody. Good to see you. Nice to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, one and all, in here, out there, all the ships at sea. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Today, lovely. Today was the fourth day of the escalating conflict between Israel and Hamas, and the news is both heartbreaking and horrific. But if you read any of that news on Twitter, you might want to check someplace else, because thanks to Elon Musk getting rid of Twitter's verification system, misinformation about Israel and Hamas has been spreading on Twitter, including false claims that Benjamin Netanyahu was hospitalized